What part of take your pants off before the show starts do you not understand?
Right.
Well, hello there. Welcome back to the Outlap. Here again for another week of fantastic motorsports discussion. Maybe a little bit late this week. We'll work on it for next time, all right? Just bear with us here. This week, for the very first time, we have the full Outlap crew in the house. So I'm DriveThrough, of course. I'm here. Ed Soundhead, Trace Rider, What If Racing, CH14, CodyHGaming, and Rusty Walrus. It's a party. I'll tell you that much. This week, we talk a lot about Rich Energy and whatever this mess is they've made. We talk a little bit about the F1 race, the NASCAR race from the past week. I took a trip to the Toronto Indy, as well as the NASCAR Pinty's race there, and all of those supporting events. I'll talk a little bit about that. Cody was recently featured on NBCSN, even though they absolutely didn't ask him at all and just stole his footage. Talk a little bit about that. We give a touch on Heat 4, but we've talked too much about that for the past couple of weeks. And we're going to end off talking a little bit about the Nürburgring. So enjoy.
Hey Ed,
What's up? What's good?
How do you feel about Seb's career?
I think Seb is a bust, and I think it's all over.
Jesus.
I
Imagine
think his
calling a
window closed.
four-time champion a bust.
He's
I
a
think his
bust.
window closed last season.
You know, I posted this in a couple of different spots, though. He definitely has been watching my videos, though, because that was a beautiful ass back. One of the best ever.
Dude,
And
that
I really have to commend him for it.
that was bad. I saw it and I'm like, wow, it's like, when the two Red Bulls crashed at Baku a year ago, except entirely Sebastian's fault.
Yeah.
Actually,
way
I
worse.
think what it was is that Sebastian Vettel channeled Brad Keselowski and just didn't lift. There you go.
There you go. That's all you got to do, man. These racers, they put too much onto this. All you have to do, pick up the back tires, and you will win all the time.
Just
Like,
yeet
it's
him out
right.
of the way.
It might not have worked for Sebastian Vettel, but that's because he's a scrub.
I'm amazed that, Max managed to keep going after that.
Yeah, that was pretty.
That
break you
one, the car didn't break, and two, he didn't get stuck in the gravel, because he was right where Giovinazzi got stuck. Which-
well,
I don't
Gio
think
decided
he
to
brakes
slam on the
suspension.
gas the minute he hit the gravel, which was his biggest mistake.
Another topic, why was that a safety car? Why wasn't that a VSC? I wasn't
Because he
watching it
was-
live, but what?
He was well. I mean, it makes sense. He was stuck in the gravel, and if anybody had lost any kind of control of their car going into that turn, like he did, they'd have hit that parked car in the middle of the gravel.
But couldn't they VSC that instead of pulling a full-on safety car?
Yeah, I mean,
This is
theoretically.
the FIA we're talking about here.
I mean, they've done that in the past, so I'm just, the inconsistency is,
But Lewis Hamilton had to win his home Grand Prix. That's
oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, VSC, he
that-
probably could have still pitted and stayed in front.
I mean, they didn't have a lot of safety cars this season, so they had to get that really nice gifted Mercedes out front with the lights on it, so that everybody could see that they're sponsored by Mercedes.
I'll tell you what, created a great-ass battle between Leclerc and Verstappen, though.
Oh, dude, it was great.
Oh
So
my-
other than the winning, who won the race, I really did enjoy this one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he even had, a moment with Bottas near the start.
Um,
That was cool, too.
I thought, I kind of felt bad for Valtteri. I thought he could have would have been great for him to win over Lewis in Lewis's home Grand Prix.
Yeah,
but,
and he deserved it, too. He was fully a second
Yep.
clear of the guy, but...
The stars
Yeah,
didn't
cucked.
align for the man.
Yeah. I mean, even if Lewis caught up, they would have had a great battle, too, and I would have loved to see that, but I'm kind of robbed on that one, but given the whole Verstappen versus the Ferrari situation, which is
I just
pretty
want to, I just want to add, when Leclerc was behind Gasly, for every lap he was behind him and they were quote unquote battling, I was just like, get this back marker out of the way. It wasn't even a good battle. It's just you could tell Leclerc was like, oh my god, Gasly, move your ass.
Gasly's career highlight has been when he finished fourth after a bunch of people crashed, and then a year later he does the same thing driving for like one of the highest tier teams, and apparently people on the internet are like, yeah, he's proved himself now.
Yeah, imagine your teammate racing for a podium, and then they wreck out, and you have a chance to get a podium, and you just like decide to shit your pants and ride around in fourth. Like, so a good third of the top 6 cars wrecked out. He needed half of them to wreck out to make the.
Like, I don't want to say it was a bad performance. This was like just a normal performance, and it shouldn't be the highlight of a season.
Par for the course.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know how he still has a ride. If I was Christian Horner, or anybody at Red Bull, I'd be like, get this guy out of my car.
I think it'd be up to Dietrich, but they don't have another like dude to move up. I mean, Albon had a good day though, to be fair.
Anybody
else had a good day too.
Yeah, and I think Danny deserves that ride more than Gasly does. At least just like, even if he's like a bridge driver for a season, because he has experience driving in the top tier equipment, so at least put somebody who is gonna drive like a dick to maintain his position until they find somebody who they should put in that group.
Yes, but why did he get demoted from Red Bull again?
Because he drove like a dick to keep his position.
It's racing. Dude, I love that clip.
I love that dude, man. Just like Seb's like, you drove like a dick. He's like, oh, that's racing. He's got a point. It is racing.
He's so inconsistent too, but when he's bad, he's real bad.
I'm a big Danny fan.
Are you a big Rich Energy fan?
Can we just talk about a second?
Who owns Rich Energy? Like,
a Duck Dynasty reject owns Rich Energy.
Yeah, but the company says he doesn't own them, but he says he owns the company.
So
yeah,
have you seen the guy?
I think this guy owns the meme game, honestly. Fantastic job. This Rich Energy saga is keeping me going, honestly.
Rich Energy and Rusty just partnered up.
In case you missed it, I messaged Rich Energy from the core account asking for sponsorship for season 2, and we got ignored.
Can we just all
dead.
Can we just all pretend that we're sponsored by Rich Energy and just start like, tweeting at them like, this episode of the Outlap is brought to you by Rich Energy, even though they haven't. Is that illegal?
They'll get it eventually. Watch them sue us for copyright infringement for using their logo.
Look at this guy! Oh my god!
Look at this clown! Look at this guy!
I did a little bit of research. Do you know how he made his money?
That's literally like Uncle Si right there.
Through drugs.
Meth?
Oh my god!
No.
Yeah,
although it looks like it. He made it by like he went to Zimbabwe. I think Zimbabwe, something like that. They had a big like political, just like not a war, but just big separation. And he would just like buy cheap from one side and sell expensive to the other, and just generally screw things up and make a profit. Now here he is doing the same thing in Haas.
And here I am assuming he got paid to be off of the Duck Dynasty show.
He's trying real hard.
Look at him.
You're jealous.
I love that his lanyard with his pit pass like just outlines his beard.
I thought it was part of his beard.
I'm incredibly.
They just attach it to the end.
I have to go work a full-time job that I hate in order to sustain myself so that I can stream and do other stuff. And this guy can just walk around an F1 paddock with his dick out because he owns half of Haas. I'm incredibly jealous.
That's the dream.
It is the dream.
How are they still using? How are they still using that logo when it's like long been determined that that was like a blatant copy off like that bike company logo?
Apparently he's mad like because he says like Rich Energy has stopped sponsoring Haas, and one of the reasons he states is because they took the logo off the cars, and Haas is like, pal, like you're not allowed to use that logo. You got sued for it. Like you owe the money. We can't put it on the car. We've been told to take it off the car.
I'm confused. So who said that they were cutting the sponsorship?
He did.
I thought he said it because I thought it was the shareholders who did it, and he was like, "No, we're sponsoring the team."
It's so weird. No, because he said it, and then the team was like, "Yeah, but you're still under contract," and then the shareholders were like, "He's not a part of the company, and he took over our Twitter, and we're still part of it." And then he was like, "Actually, I have the key shareholders, and we own the company." Everyone's just like, what?
Dude, there's no way this isn't a fake company that's being used for money laundering.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, their headquarters don't exist. They barely have any actual product.
And it wasn't the first time.
Yeah.
That a
Wasn't
race
like
team
the
is
address-
funded by dubious means.
Oh, of course.
The address to some random apartment.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
It was some just like block, and everyone's like, "What?"
Sounds shady.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
If wait a minute, if we moved to that apartment, would we own Rich Energy?
Can we then claim that we're sponsored
I
by
wonder
them?
if whoever does live there could like sue for the company since that's the headquarters.
So,
Like we hold the high ground.
I think we should just start walking around with the Rich Energy. We should buy up all their rejected crap, their marketing crap, and we should just start wearing it.
Dude,
Like we.
Is there like a Rich Energy hat that I can buy?
It's they have a website store. I'm just afraid my
really?
identity's gonna be stolen.
Dude, just
wind up on the dark web.
I could get a muscle.
Dude, just cut out
vest.
the
Done.
middleman. Just use Teespring and upload their fake logo on there, and
Yeah, they don't own
just
it.
make
You
it-
That's
don't
probably
own it.
all they did.
Rich
They have a
Energy
budget
dot
on
shop.
Yeah, dude, I'm
I'm
actually
taking
kind of
Rich
scared.
Energy into.
Yeah, this is all the.
That they're gonna be.
What? They got a new logo too, but all their merch is still the old one.
Rich Energy gives you horns. What
Oh,
does that
guys,
mean?
you can get a Rich Energy coffee mug that you can't drink any
What?
Rich Energy out of because it's not available in this country.
But you can actually buy a pallet on their website. Like if you look, you can buy the actual case.
Supposedly,
Yeah, but
Case of-
that's you
Yo.
can't have it internationally shipped. I don't
Alright.
believe.
or it would be expensive.
Yeah, yeah, I mean it would be.
Imagine
terrible.
sponsoring an F1 team and then not having international shipping.
Well, it is a
Imagine,
premium and
Sponsoring an F1
innovative
team and not being a real product.
British energy drink.
Yeah. This isn't the first time. I don't know if you guys know about the Lanier brothers, but this isn't the first time a team would have been funded by dubious means, and we all know that Rich Energy is a front for something.
Oh, absolutely.
But I don't know if you know the Lanier brothers. They bought, I think it was Road Atlanta at one point with a really long backstretch, and or allegedly were smuggling pounds and pounds of marijuana onto the backstretch. They also cheated a bunch in racing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. You
Just,
showed me a
smuggled
podcast
dr-
about
yeah.
this.
Yeah, they used to
I
just
remember hearing
they used to
about
just
that.
drug smuggle as they race race cars. It's pretty rad.
As you do.
yeah, they would use the backstretch to land like the little planes that would have the hull.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's pretty crazy.
They also broke a speed record at Daytona, but allegedly there was a NOS bottle somewhere in the car, hidden.
Wow.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, because they didn't
Yeah, they
find it
never
till
found
way
it.
later. They found the hole for it like way later.
Wow.
Fast and Furious and
it's
NASCAR
gonna
edition.
Yeah, I watched a video on this guy. He's pretty interesting.
And he just got released from prison in 2014.
Mm.
Okay. Back on the streets.
Wonder if he's in the market for any energy drinks.
Or podcasts.
Randy Lanier, if you're listening to this, we'd love to talk to you. Please reach out.
Oh God, I have so many questions for that guy.
I'm gonna pause you
Let's
for a
get
second
him on
here.
the podcast.
Wait, Trace,
Did you ever blaze it and then go out onto the racetrack?
is your AC on?
Yes.
Because I'm getting like a whirring whenever you talk. It's not super noticeable.
Hold on.
Can I? Is it okay for me to ask you to turn it
out
off?
the window again.
Jeez. I don't know. It's just I feel like people are gonna be annoyed by it. I'm annoyed by it, is what I'm saying.
Some little kid playing out on the sidewalk's gonna be real annoyed when it hits him in the head.
And I can't throw this one out the window because it's not a window. It's not a window unit.
Are you window shaming?
What does that even mean?
Are you shaming?
I'm with Caleb on this one, begrudgingly, but I'm
All right. Back to it. Funnily enough, even though supposedly they have a new logo, there's a Rich Energy sponsored dude in Indy Lights, and they had a Rich Energy car in Toronto with like the old logo and everything.
Really?
I was surprised by it because I thought they only sponsored Haas. I saw this car on track. I'm like, wait, really?
I think teams might be just jumping on board to sponsor, almost just doing reverse trolling the same way we want to hypothetically do.
I think it's just the driver that's sponsored by them. But I saw it and I'm like, it's like this. It's a pretty dark logo on a black rear wing, and I was really confused. I look up the dude, and it's like, yeah, straight up, this dude has Rich Energy on the car in a country where you can't get it.
Can you make a Rich Energy car for me from Nacos, please?
Like the Outlap, we're all gonna have Rich
Yeah.
Energy cars.
Oh, we gotta do that. We gotta do that.
Can you do mine like where the logo goes all the way up the car? So like it comes to a point on the hood and then in the like antler thing.
Oh yeah, I see you. Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I can do that. So this is the new Outlap logo, right? Just we're This is the Rich Energy Outlap.
Can you just recolor the Rich Energy thing and put the Outlap?
And just add 2 more additional points onto the antlers. Just add a couple more.
That's good.
So anyway, back to the F1 race.
Yeah, we'll get on track here. No pun intended.
Lewis Hamilton won the race.
Record breaking. Ooh, 6 times.
Can we?
winner.
Yeah. So that was bring around to the other point that I brought up. Is it really impressive when somebody breaks records when you are in a smaller group of competition? And like, if I showed up to every NASCAR race with 500 more horsepower than everybody, and I won every race on the circuit, is it really impressive that I won every race on the circuit?
And this
Richard Petty.
Yeah, exactly. This goes right back to the Richard Petty, Kyle Busch won more.
Yeah, it's just like, is that really that impressive that he's won six
No, I saw a cool infographic, I think on Reddit the other day, or a week or so ago. They had like each sort of big dominant era, like, you know, the Red Bull era, the early 2000s Ferrari stuff, how many wins they had compared to the rest of the field. It's disgusting. The Mercedes domination is bigger and badder than anything we've ever seen before.
It's just because everybody's so far apart, money-wise, car-wise, and I'm actually looking forward to the
Well,
update.
here's the thing. Ferrari has a higher budget than them. They just keep biffing it.
Ferrari just
trash, and that's what happens when you keep around a driver that is over.
Let me do my sound. Ferrari, bunch of bumps.
Bum.
It's been rough, dude. The man, Vettel.
And I feel bad for Leclerc too, because I feel like he's
getting
getting held back by Ferrari stupidity.
Take in the last person to win in a Ferrari is Kimi Räikkönen. The last person to win a championship in a Ferrari is Kimi Räikkönen.
My favorite race of last season.
That's the saddest stat of all. The championship stat. That's the saddest thing of all.
2007 was the last time they won a championship.
I was 8 years old when Ferrari last won a championship.
Jeez.
He was like, I'm gonna go race an Alpha. Fuck you guys. they're gonna pay me a lot of money to drive a midfield car. Fuck you guys.
I love Kimi. I love everything about him. I'm enjoying these last couple of years here.
His twilight years. I want him to just like race at as many different teams as he can in his last couple of years. I would love to see him go from Alpha to like Haas to Renault to like. I'd love to see
Williams.
him wear every different fire suit.
It says Lewis Hamilton won in 2008 in a Ferrari.
What?
What?
That's what it says on Racing Reference.
Racing Reference is screwed up because Lewis Hamilton does not drive a Ferrari.
Well, did he back in the day?
No. Lewis Hamilton has only ever raced Mercedes-engined cars.
That might have been the year that might have been the year that he won the drivers' championship and not constructors. For McLaren.
Yeah, no, because 2008, he beat Massa by 1 point.
Yeah,
and his teammate was like Heikki Kovalainen. So yeah, Ferrari won the constructors' championship, but he won the drivers' championship. Anyways, screw Lewis Hamilton.
Constructors this is really diving into this, but I think the constructors' championship is way more important than drivers. But there,
I don't want to take away from Lewis Hamilton because he is an amazing driver, but I do want to say that I cannot stand his attitude. He is the Kyle Busch of Formula One.
No, not even close.
His attitude used to be worse.
I don't really like him either.
Comparatively, he just like a couple races last year when he didn't win, he threw like the biggest hissy fit in the cage with all the media people afterwards, being like, "We should have did this, we should have did that," and that. And then he wins a race, and he's like, "I just want to thank everybody who puts their hard work in for this. We all worked really hard for this."
It's a big losing drought. One race is a lot.
And then he'll like next week they'll lose, and he'll be like, "I hate all you motherfuckers."
Yeah, well, not like that. I just love how on the team radio, whenever something bad happens, he's always like, "How did this happen, guys? Guys, how did we end up like this?" It's really funny.
He's like one step short of being like, "Guys, why are we Williams right?"
Oh.
Or even when he like burns his tires up a little bit, it's like it's on the team. It's the team's fault. Like it's just,
yeah. It's like, guys, these tires are gone.
Sometimes I feel like he makes sound bits to make sound bits. I think it was 2 races ago. He's like, "I think my seat's coming loose," and then they spent the like next 50 laps talking about how his seat might have come loose, and then he still like won the race.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton bores me to death. That's his problem. I'm just bored of him. It's like Jimmy
I mean,
Johnson
he lives
back in like 06 to 2010. I'm just
he lives an
tired of it.
exciting life though. He's
Good for
banging that
him.
model and everything, and
He
running
can live
around.
in Monaco and all that other stuff. I'm trying to see somebody else win a race.
That's fair.
Haven't seen her around, so I'm assuming he's done with that.
Who?
His trainer, the blonde girl.
No, she's still there.
But he,
Wasn't
is
he
she? I
banging
haven't,
like
seen
Rihanna
her.
for a minute?
Yeah, and I think Nicki Minaj at one point. It's confusing.
I want to make a remote-controlled F1 car, so that way I can start directly behind Lewis Hamilton and just pile drive him into the first corner and eliminate him.
I
Like
believe
lap
that's
one.
the ass packing.
Here's the story of Caleb gets into go-karts. He does really well. He gets up into F2.
See, we already have a
Somehow
problem
makes
here.
a start in F1. Lewis Hamilton comes to lap him, and Caleb slams on the brakes.
He eats him.
How many
Oh my
things
God,
have
that'd be
gone
great.
Launches
wrong?
him up over the top.
Instant wreck Lewis Hamilton, then retire. It'd be like, I'm done.
I'm done.
We're
Like-
not doing. I did everything.
Mission accomplished.
Dude, how many things have gone wrong in the world where we're thinking about a place, a time frame where Caleb has a super license in any form?
Yeah, you said he has to do well
Yes,
in
it's a
karting, and I
hypothetical.
said,
Yeah,
Hypothetical.
Tracy's
already-
first flaw was he said I had to get up to F2. I don't think I can get into like go-karts, much less.
You're not even gonna get on go kart spa. You're banned already.
Yeah. Can we build a?
Has my hard card already been revoked
It
before
has,
there
yeah.
even existed?
Or we can have a license program. Caleb's just forever banned from the super go-kart license.
Yeah, no, make a sign to say if your name is Caleb, you're banned. There you go.
I'm just gonna have a picture of Caleb, and it's gonna be signed posted out front of the paddock. And it's gonna be like, yeah, if you see this man,
If you
he's
see this
banned.
man
yeah, it's
from
like the
your
shoplifter
site.
things. It's like a security photo of him.
Please tase on site.
Yeah, please shoot in the head on site.
All right, so we had F1. That was amazing. Before that, we had NASCAR. That was pretty cool too.
Finish.
Didn't watch Trucks or Xfinity. I saw bits and pieces of Trucks. Pretty cool of Tyler Ankrum to get a win. Xfinity, I heard, is pretty boring. I've basically stopped watching
Well,
it this
Custer fell.
season. Custer's doing well. Good on
He
him.
fell. He fell.
He did. He busted his ass in victory lane.
Did he? I didn't actually see that.
Yeah,
I
that was
gotta
like the
watch that.
highlight of the race.
Yeah, pretty
Him
much.
falling off his car while celebrating.
And then that
Yeah,
cup
Trucks are
race
good.
happened.
Yeah, I
That
love
finish-
when the teammate to Natalie
I'm-
Decker wins the truck race. By the way, I love
Natalie
Oh, yeah.
Decker. Oh yeah, the Spencer Boyd hat toss.
Oh, that was.
He made
Oh
a-
my
Oh,
god.
that was
I-
great,
Yeah,
too.
that was
Oh my
so
God.
weird. It was just. It's such a weird like who does that? Who walks up to someone,
Natalie Decker does that thing.
picks up your hat, turns around, and then like weirdly kind of like drop throws it.
It looked like a reality TV show kind of moment.
Yeah, like almost bad acting kind of.
Wait, is
Bad
she
Girls
back in
Club
halftime? Was that-
featuring Natalie Decker.
I love that was recorded and put on Twitter. Like
I
I'm
wonder
so
if that's
glad we
what we're
got to
gonna
see
get. I wonder if that's what we're gonna get from this Driver's Wives television like TV drama show that's coming out.
Just the
Throwing
Samantha
hats.
Bush cam
Well, first
for the
he
entire
needs to
episode.
get married.
Can
That
you
looked like
imagine
someone's-
Samantha Bush just like throwing a fit?
Yeah, that Natalie
Dude,
Decker.
why is it that like every
thing
time
looked like-
Kyle Busch takes the white flag from the lead, it's like Fox would always just, okay, let's make sure I have to screen this Samantha Bush's face.
What was that one? There was that one race they kept showing her, and I was like, it was just constant throughout the
2016 or
whole
something
thing.
like that.
Yeah, that Natalie Decker move looked like someone's first ever confrontation in their life when their only base of reference they have to go off of is like TV and social media.
Yeah, it looks like
That's
a
probably Natalie
schoolyard.
Decker.
Like, you're not invited to my birthday party.
Oh, yeah.
Hell of a cup race, though. I've seen like, I've seen conflicting reviews of it. I guess on Twitter, some people are
I
like,
thought it was.
well, if it weren't for the late race caution, it wouldn't have been good. And some people are like, that was straight up the best race in the past few years.
Yeah, who
I
cares
still
about all
thought
that?
it
You
was
can say
gonna-
that about a lot of races, but
I
it
thought
was
it
a
was gonna be like a
decent
6 or
race
a
with a
7.
great finish.
Yeah. I mean, the strategy was still. I still thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Thought
No,
it was
I totally
interesting
did.
race.
After that finish, everyone wanted to say, "Oh, if it wasn't for that finish, the race would have stunk. Like the entire race is boring."
Not
Does
true.
no one remember with like 60 or 70 to go, that like 4-way battle for the lead that was going on for like
Plus,
10,
do you
15
remember-
rounds?
Yeah, and Kyle Busch and
Logano-
Logano. Yeah.
Yeah, they were beating and banging. It was great.
It
Pit
was.
strategy
I will
stuff. I
say-
thought it was a decent race.
I thought it was a great
That
race.
last stage
On that
especially
final
was
restart,
fantastic.
The final restart where Kurt Busch and Kyle Larson went to the outside of Joey Logano. I think
Oh
I
my
came
God.
when that happened. Oh my god, it was.
Dude, I was out of my
What a
chair for the last few laps there.
Lost my voice the next day. It was great.
Especially because like the reason Kurt got such a good run on the outside was Larson was almost pushing him.
Mm-hmm.
And Kurt was like the furthest car up in the field that took 4 tires on
Yeah.
their most recent pit stop versus 2.
Yeah, that
So
was
he had the tire
just
advantage.
so cool to
Yeah,
watch.
Kurt Busch needs to thank Chad Johnston for giving Kyle Larson that restart gear
I'm surprised how like
because he was.
how sad Kyle was about it. Like they did his second place interview.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be like, "Yeah, my brother won." He's just
Well, yeah, 'cause
he
you
was
remember how-
really unhappy about it.
How happy Kurt was every time Kyle won this year.
Yeah.
So I saw like really vague articles. Did Kyle seriously like abandon Kurt like for their flight?
Yep.
What
I
happened?
heard that they
Yeah.
had like a flight together like scheduled or
After the
like,
race?
that was arranged by Kyle, and then after the race he just took off without Kurt.
Wow, Kyle's a dick.
He's really butthurt.
It's like, that's your own brother.
Fuck Kyle Busch.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So
We can-
good.
Like,
everybody
like,
can come in agreement there. Kurt's great. Love the guy.
What kind of guy just leaves his own brother behind?
So here's the question I had. Since Kurt won a race, almost won 2 in a row in that number 1 car this kind of not short into the season, but we're not at the end by any means.
Middle.
Does that mean that Jamie Mack was officially a bust
Oh,
in his last
absolutely.
3 years in the same car?
Absolute scrub.
Really sucks. Sorry to all you Jamie fans, but that's
All
rough.
3 of you,
What,
we're very
Jamie
sorry.
That's
All 3
rude.
of you, we are very sorry.
I think it's all.
Poor Jamie, baby.
one.
You
Listen, I like
say
Jamie
he
McMurray
has-
as much as the next guy, but he
You can't say
obviously was
he
holding
has
it down.
3 fans. He's got 7 wins. He at least has 7 fans, all right?
Dude, and
I think it's being
the fact
generous,
that like
honestly.
Larson's doing worse now too. There were a lot of people who were like, "Well, they put all their energy into the 42 car, and the one's not as good." Now it's like,
Kurt's showing up.
sorry,
I just don't
Jamie.
think they know what the hell they're doing.
I hope you like broadcasting, pal.
I like Kurt. Kurt,
He's not bad at
I love you,
broadcasting.
Kurt.
I gotta say that victory lane phone call thing was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like
With
that.
Chip on the phone, that was nice. The whole celebration was awesome. The dudes on the car, and then the NASCAR official like waving his
Yeah.
finger at them.
And the hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You can't say that.
Also, it was just another great weekend for racing. It was another good.
It was.
It really was. It was a great weekend in
NASCAR.
Toronto too. I think.
NASCAR did their part.
Pinty's
What about-
And
series, baby.
NASCAR did their part in Toronto too. Tell us all about it, Drake.
Dude,
Perfect segue.
IndyCar is kind of. I mean, it was exciting. It's true, and there was strategy and there were some battles. But the friggin' Pinty's race, man, that was a time, especially the end. Like leaders battling it out, dudes going 3 wide into turn 1 on restarts, people going 3rd to 1st, the leader biffing it into the wall. These dudes are just ass packing each other in every turn. So, like, by the time we get to the end, everyone's got damage. There was the guy who ended up finishing 10th, smacked the wall, lost the whole rear end of the car, got a meatball flag, had to come into pit. They borrowed a deck lid from another team, taped it all around onto the car, finished 10th, and then after the race, pulled the tape off, gave the deck lid back, and stuck it on the hauler. Like,
That's what stock car racing is all about, right
Hell
there.
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
It's
it was
badass.
great. Yeah, it was super
Classic.
cool. That whole day, man. Oh, that was great. A few things that really surprised me. IndyCar's kind of loud, not bad. You don't need like ear protection, obviously. Pinty's cars super loud, definitely need protection because
Yep.
I have
Always
experience with those. Indy lights kind of loud. Pro Mazda pretty loud. USF 2000 will blow your ears off. It is like, it totally surprised me. They are so loud. Like, honestly, I think they might be louder than the NASCAR. It's hard to tell because they're so like screamy. But man, yeah, it just really surprised me. What kind of engine do those things even have?
those days.
They got Cooper tires. It looks like.
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of, because it's the like Cooper Tires Road to Indy.
Man, I like to judge racing on how loud their cars are. Like, half the experience is how loud the car is.
I'm assuming NHRA is your favorite type of racing.
It's my least favorite because it's the most boring to watch.
Ooh.
But it's the loudest.
It is the loudest. However, I think the most loud to enjoyment of watching is anything World of sprint cars or late models.
You know, if I leave a racetrack and I still have hearing, I'm disappointed.
If my ears aren't ringing for 3 days afterwards, I didn't have a good time.
Did
There
my
better be blood from my ears as I leave the racetrack.
my good friend, his dad and uncle have been into drag racing their whole life, and both of their hearing is just terrible at this point. He says his uncle goes to like NHRA events multiple times a year and will be standing like right next down to like the where they take off from, just without any hearing protection whatsoever.
No.
Like with those freaking like pro stocks and funny cars.
Yeah, there were some moments this weekend like that where, like, dude, it was like halfway through the USF 2000 race. There's not a lot of cars, so, you know, they all go by, and then there's like a couple minutes, and then they all come by again. And some dad with his kid was like, hey, you go down beside the racetrack, I'll take your photo. And I was like, oh, no.
And the kid, like, didn't want to.
No, because he didn't know. So they walk up there. They walk up to the side of the track. The kid's like right next to the fence, and then the cars blow by. I was like, "Jeez, kid's lost his ears. That is not good." It was nice though, because
start me up.
They gave out free earplugs if people didn't bring them. Sunglasses too. It was a good time.
Man, whenever we go to dirt tracks, they were like, "Here's $2 to buy those stupid foam earplugs."
Oh. Yeah, Honda did a whole bunch of
sounds like a lot of money.
free stuff like that.
$2 more than you wanted to spend when you showed up.
Yeah, it was fun though. I loved it. The stands on Sunday were packed. Like the whole city came out there. It was a great time. And I love road courses where you can like, as long as you're in the infield, you can walk to all the corners on the track and see some racing there. Like you have your grandstand seat, but you can run around. It's great.
How'd you like the stadium trucks?
Those are cool. I didn't expect Casey Mears to be there. That was a cool surprise. They have the.
Thank you.
He's done a few before, right?
Yeah, I think he was at Road
positive
America
I've seen
last
him
year.
on, yeah,
Along with Greg Biffle.
Yeah, there was no Biff, unfortunately.
Biff.
Yeah, he was there. I got to see him.
Did anyone roll? I didn't get a chance to see.
No,
the second half of
there
the
weren't
first
any
race and the
huge
second
wrecks,
race.
unfortunately.
Imagine going to a Stadium Super Trucks race and not seeing somebody flip.
Yeah, 0 to 10. No blow.
They got all the
the
big
zero
wrecks out of the way in
flipping.
Texas when that big wreck they had going over that ramp.
Oh,
where,
when there
the
were like the three of them.
flipped
Yeah.
over. They got them all out of the way there.
Which was kind of disappointing, but oh well. The first race, they only got like half of it done, and then the thunder came and they had to stop, which really sucked.
Did they just call it?
They called it, which is kind of sad.
Oh, you didn't even get to see Robbie Gordon do his like parade lap thing where he drives on 2 wheels.
They did a bit of that during. They did it
that
before the
second
race.
The second race.
Yeah, him and Matty Brabham did a little 2-wheel action.
If it makes you feel any better, drive through. And I saw them in Detroit. Some guy wrecked really hard, and they had to call the race. They called it off there too.
Wasn't that where that guy like lost half his skull or some shit?
No, it wasn't that. I was like the. But that would have been nuts, dude.
Yeah, it was cool to watch. I mean, we had seats right in front of one of the jumps. It was like cool as hell. There was one almost accident where I think Mears was going a little bit faster than the guy in front of him and like landed on his rear corner.
Dude, Mears landed sideways on like every single one of those jumps.
Yeah,
Like,
always. He was really getting like a bad launch, especially the one in front of me. He was always like a little bit off. So
He's a rookie compared to a lot of other drivers in those trucks.
yeah, of course,
I mean,
especially
Matty Brabham and obviously Robbie Gordon. They've been doing those forever.
yeah. Matty Brabham's
Bill
great.
Hines.
That was super cool though. It's a good show. It's not as exciting as NASCAR, I think, at the end because it was super tense. But it's just like, this is awesome. There's massive trucks jumping and like pushing each other in the turns and lifting the front wheel.
And you don't realize how important the draft is on those things when they get on those straightaways. Those things will suck right up.
Because they're so huge. They punch this hole in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So the Outlap meetup at Toronto next year confirmed.
Yeah, get over here.
I just need to get my passport, eh?
Just get a what do you call those
I
things?
thought you
Like
said
the-
that was gonna happen below the border.
No, get your
You guys
ass
should
over
come
here.
to Central PA.
Ah,
and get
below
every
the
sprint car
border.
track
Yeah,
that's
no,
out.
Canada's just straight up better. So
I mean, you're right.
Yeah, shut up. You drink
I'll tell
maple
you,
syrup,
moving to a
Zed.
house in Louisiana, okay.
It was cool though. We found some like lesser known parts of the track where there was this tunnel under the front stretch that people didn't even know about. So it was just between two buildings. And we found like a good spot to run to in the rain as well. It was nice though. Spent a lot of time just getting free swag and samplers of whatever they had.
Stuff we all get.
So don't dox yourself, but like how close do you live to the track?
I walked 1 minute, I got on a bus, and then I got off the bus, and then I walked a minute, and then I was at the racetrack.
I am pissed. I am fucking pissed. I'm pissed.
That was the best part about the experience. It's like I can wake up, I literally a
That's
block.
not even fair.
Literally a
fair.
block. I'm on a bus,
My day is ruined.
and I'm straight
If
there.
you don't have to drive 4 hours,
Imagine like not having to fly on a bunch of planes just to go sit in the rain for a day.
All these dirt tracks I have near my house, I think they're really short, and it's still at least like an hour drive for each one.
Well, they're all in the middle of nowhere, right? I mean, NASCAR needs a street race, like a Cup Series street race. It is
Belle Isle, no balls.
Monaco.
No,
Belle Isle,
not
no
to
balls. Belle Isle, no balls. You won't.
I believe you
Your
might be
track,
biased
I'm like-
there.
Great track and a
NASCAR.
great spot. Do it, NASCAR.
Disney Roval.
Great track.
Seriously though,
NASCAR,
it is
you have no
such
testicles.
such a great experience. The only problem is, of course, there were people who are complaining, like, "Why is it so loud?"
What?
You heard me.
Are those like what residents that are complaining?
People that live in the city, and yeah, no, exactly. They're not
It's
complaining.
like 2 or 3
It's
days.
once a
in while,
year.
so-
Get over
Who
it.
gives a shit?
2 out of 365 days.
In my
Exactly.
Canada, they'd run 300.
Not in my Canada.
Hashtag not my Canada.
But even if
Hashtag
you
not
live
my
in like a suburb, you can take a train that like the stop is right beside the racetrack too.
Now the only problem with that, obviously, is you have to pay $7 trillion per square inch to live in Toronto.
Yeah.
So
Rich boy.
Also, tickets are not cheap, and the food is not cheap either. Jesus Christ!
Racetrack
you-
food is
now
now
is-
Guess how much a beer is in the grandstand?
$17 Canadian.
No, it's $11.
what?
Yeah.
That's not.
That's cheaper than it is in America.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Really?
You go to a
'Cause
hockey game,
in-
you pay
and
$15
festivals-
for a beer.
Oh my God.
I think
At,
beers
at
Michigan
Summerfest, it was
were-
like $8 or $9 for a beer. American, obviously.
Yeah, but this is $11 for like a Miller Lite.
Well, that's what it was at Summerfest. Although the day I went, it was half off, so I was getting like $4.50 beers, which is nice.
That's like almost normal.
But it was just a 1 day thing, like for a few hours. It was there
So
like
that's
half
okay.
the
So that's like
afternoon.
that's $8 US then. So that's about right.
So
okay.
about yeah, that's about
A boot.
average for like festivals
Imagine
slash
your
sporting events.
currency being valued less than U.S. currency.
All right.
But having free
Well, that's kind of why I
better
get so
overall.
much dirt tracks and buying like a bag of beer for less. And they literally scoop ice and throw a ringer of beer in there. I love it.
So at the Toronto street track, was there like general seating? Like, could you go where you wanted, or was it like assigned?
Yeah,
Do you have, like, a-
there's the good ones are assigned. So like turn 3, of course, turn 11 where I was. Some of them are assigned, and then there's a few general ones, and you
Okay.
can also like sit outside the front stretch, or like just along the hill on the back stretch, and that's general, which is much cheaper. But as long as it's not like at the start of the Indy race, as long as you walk in with confidence, they don't check your tickets. Like you can just walk up and sit down.
So don't eyeball the people at the gate.
Well, no, as long as you have general to get in the gate, then you can just get in the grandstands and have a seat. It's a good
Aye.
time. I was surprised at how many casual fans were there, because it was packed for the start of the Indy race. 5 minutes later, like people were leaving. like it was nice to see it that packed, but there were a lot of just dude, my favorite thing, there were people because they have similar looking cars, every time Marcus Ericsson would drive by they would clap because they thought it was Hinchcliffe.
That's what I
was the
thought.
funniest
That
thing.
little mini pileup. I thought that was Hinch that got taken out when it was Ericsson.
Dude, people he was like 4 laps down after being in the pits and like replacing suspension, and people were cheering him on.
In their defense, they look almost identical. I think one
It's true.
spoiler is tan,
Yeah,
and the other's
I
black.
had
That's,
the
like,
same
only
problem.
difference.
They are
I
very
had
similar.
to at Detroit as well. I didn't have that crowd problem at Detroit. Everybody pretty much sat still. That's interesting. I wonder if that's because it's so accessible in Toronto. That's
I guess
maybe
so, because there were a lot of
more
kids
casual
too,
people show up.
and the kids
I don't
who
know.
can't sit through.
The peanut rain
Yeah.
attention spans. But,
I
yeah.
reserved my my campsite for Road America. I'm officially
Hell yeah.
camping in the carousel.
What a dumbass!
What?
Oh, fuck, did you
Dude, have you never been racetrack camping, Ed?
I have
not. No, but
Oh
I
my
would.
god, it is such a good
Oh,
time.
Ed.
Dude,
I have no means to. I don't have a tent. I don't have a camper.
Oh,
How do you not have a
find a
tent?
friend that has one.
I don't have a tent. I don't
Well, go out and
camping.
buy
I'm not
one.
It's a freaking tent.
They
It's
don't
like
make
30.
tents big enough for my big chungus ass, probably.
You sound like my ex.
I need like a bunch of rooms. Like I need like a tent mansion.
You can get
I want a solid gold tent.
you can actually get tents with like multiple rooms.
Well, the way
Great shit.
you described the Canadian Tire experience, like that makes me want to make a trip up there, man.
Oh, CTMP is a great time. I just, you know,
I'm telling you.
racing's done for the day. They open up the track. You know, you go out, you walk the track, you have a drink. You can even bring a bike to the racetrack and bike around the track in the evenings.
We need to get an
awesome.
RV
How far
and
away is
go
it?
to one of these tracks.
You don't need an RV. You just straight up do it in a tent. That's what we did. It's great.
Fuck a tent. What do I look like? Some kind of scrub?
literally a 3-room
Yes.
Do you not know who he is?
tent.
Are you?
Do you know who
You're
I am,
sleeping in the
Raptor?
car.
Fuck a car. I'm sleeping in the RV.
Yeah,
for
you're
just
buying
me. You
that
guys,
RV
all right,
car.
fine. You bums can stay in the tents. I'll be
Whoa, whoa,
sitting in a full,
We'll bring a
fully
cattle
loaded
trailer
RV
for you.
over it.
Oh yeah, that tent's gonna be shaking all night.
Oh yeah.
Oh
We'll
Jesus.
bring a cattle trailer for Ed.
That's the fuck shack. That's the fuck shack portion of the racetrack.
Oh baby.
Oh, that's right. I had a big jump up in my video career this week. Apparently, I'm a videographer for NBCSN.
Oh.
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Congrats
Tell us
on the
about it.
promotion.
Congrats, man. Yeah, congrats.
Next in the
Let's
mill.
hear it.
Not too much to tell. I mean, I just went to the Slinger Nationals on Tuesday the 9th. It was awesome. Matt Kenseth made a last lap bump and run on Ty Majeski for the win. Everyone was going nuts, myself included. I got some video of the finish, and NBCSN saw that video. It was like, hey, this looks pretty good. We're going to use this for a little feature we do, which I would not have minded at all, but they did not ask me whatsoever first or give me any credit whatsoever on the video. So that was kind of a bummer, but I guess they do that all the time.
Do they?
Fuck
giant.
NBC.
Is that a thing? Like, have you seen other people who have had
Well, I'm
footage
sure
ripped?
they do. And I'm sure they've got a giant, like, group of lawyers on retainer.
Yeah.
Like, if I so much as, like, use the word, lawsuit or anything like that, which I'm not going to, I don't really care about it anymore. They would probably, like, rifle through my entire channel to see if I ever used, like, anything NBCSN related for any one of my reenactments or something.
I love, and you mentioned this first, how to put a video on Twitter with your reaction in it, they messaged you and they're like, yo, can we do this? But to put your video on TV, it's like nothing. Nah, they don't care.
And before it was just the person sitting next to Cody videotaping, and that's what it was.
There's only one other alternative it could be. So either they just straight up jacked my footage, or B, the only other alternative is there's some sort of clause inside of like Slinger's tickets where if you go there, like any media, photos, videos taken on our property are then become our property, so we can use for like promotional advertisement purposes, whatever. So that might be the only other alternative.
Or someone,
That would
mean-
be quite the stipulation. Though.
or someone
Which would
jacked.
mean-
sorry.
It's morally shitty.
Yeah,
that
it is- it is just
NBCSN would have had to.
Yeah, at least just shout out our boy. Come on,
Yeah,
NBC.
come on, NBC. What the fuck?
Which, if that's the case, that means NBCSN would have had to contact Slingers.
I think they should have got Dale Jr. up there and said, "Shout out to my boy CodyHGaming
Slide job.
for this ballin' ass video of Matt Kansas. Check this shit out. That's
It's
what they should have Dale Jr. Because it's great footage too. This man's a pro.
It's great.
I kind of hope it's
Come
the
on.
alternative, because that means they would have had to contact Slinger's promoter, who I've actually contacted multiple times in the past, like to do video work for, And each time I asked him, he's like, nah, no thanks, not interested. We already got a guy. Thanks, though. So that'd be kind of good fuel. Like, if I ever went back and asked him again, it's like, hey, apparently I'm such a good videographer that a professional TV network wanted to use my footage for one of their pieces versus your professional.
Ooh.
Got him.
The other possible thing is that, like, someone took your footage and then they asked that someone else and he said yes and then they put it up.
They didn't even credit that person either, so.
Yeah, you're right. They
You
didn't
need
credit
like
anyone.
a big watermark all over the video now.
Yeah.
I think you should
My
just
new-
get your face and your beard and just put it on. And
Can
just,
we
like,
update
my
the
new
Cody
logo.
H
Just have
Gaming
it up
logo just to have a beard underneath it? Like, it's the same circle, just
that needs to be done.
Instead of that circle in the background, just my face.
There you go.
yeah.
Nailed it.
And then
That'll
the
be the new one.
checkered banner across it.
NBC can suck my shrimp.
Well, I was actually because I was watching Cup practice and I saw them share that clip, and I was the guy that I sent Cody the DM of the video. That I'm like, I swear that was Cody's shot. Like that's the same shot. Like the fans
Yep.
are up there, the hands are up in there. I'm like, that's Cody's shot. So
Like
I
the
got like
shake, the camera shake happens right at the exact
Yeah.
same time.
Well, the dude's hand is in the way, and that's the biggest giveaway.
NBC
Garbage.
a bunch of doofuses.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't mind. That's kind of cool saying, hey, my footage made it on TV. Just little tiny font, just put up in the corner.
Yeah.
Footage courtesy of blah blah blah.
Cody
yeah, I agree.
Higgins.
That would have been badass if they gave you the credit, man.
Well, at least you guys know that it was mine, and that's all that matters to me.
Aw. Except not really. Someone, please go. NBC. Let's work this
I gotta
out.
say that was some dope.
You know, what's
ass.
the issue? They just like sold ads on that program and made money off it. No big deal. I mean, if a YouTuber did that exact same thing, they'd get demonetized or just straight up have their channel shut down. So it's fine.
Can't say that.
Roof bombs.
Yep.
It's true.
I mean, you can do everything right. You'll still get demonetized. Trust me.
Yep.
It's not salty or anything.
Yeah, we don't need to tell these guys.
Well, didn't you get flagged for it? Like when you shared that on YouTube when you re-uploaded
yeah.
the same
Yeah.
clip?
What was that? They
It-
demonetized that video, right?
It like automatically came up as not suitable for all advertisers, and I wasn't about to do a manual request since it does technically have a piece of NBC's footage at the end, which isn't that ironic since it's technically my footage. They just slap their watermark on it, and then it becomes their footage.
Jesus.
And yeah, that stinks that I didn't apply for monetization for that video because it's already got like 5,000 views.
At
That's
least
a real
it's
shrimp
funny.
move, NBC. Real shrimp move.
Dude, me calling them out on jacking my clip has more views than my original clip does.
Oh no.
Dude.
No.
That's I don't know if
You
that's
hate
good or
to
bad.
see it.
Do you hate to see it? I mean, 5,000 people know that he got screwed over.
Dude, I've seen like 2 people in the comments, like out of like 200 comments that just you can tell they have no idea what they're talking about.
Why?
They have
would
no
say?
idea how laws work, how copyright. I'll try to find one for example, but it's like,
Oh no.
hate to break it to you, but TV networks can do whatever they want with footage, like as long as like you didn't copyright it just because you filmed it. It's like it's exactly how that works.
Well, he's kind of right. I mean, apparently TV networks can do whatever they want as long as the source is small enough to not fight them.
I think you
Basically, I
should sue
emailed
them.
them, and they just never got back. I think they
Jesus.
know that what they're doing is slightly immoral at the very least, but they know, well, what can they do about it? They're not going to do shit about it, so we'll just keep doing what we're doing.
Same with demonetizing small channels, YouTube.
Imagine being a small channel.
Oh yeah, here's a good
Jesus
one.
Christ.
Shut up.
Here was like one of 3 comments out of like 200 that were on NBC's side. This guy simply says clout chasing. Dude, so what? Just because they didn't promote you doesn't mean you need to be mad about it.
What a dink.
Fuck that ass.
Clout chasing.
Clout.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Quit clout chasing NBC, Cody. Wow.
You're
what a
like
guy.
gout chasing.
All right, what the heck else happened this week? Oh,
Dick.
Heat 4 new stuff.
Ah, keep it.
Oh, he 4 again? Want to talk about this game?
No, actually, I don't.
It's trash.
There's some good things.
Sound is better.
Some good things finally happened this week though.
The sound is better.
Sound is decent.
They have a track map, which should be standard.
The graphics do look slightly.
The graphics look not milky. I kind of like it.
Yeah,
at least in the Twitch footage they showed.
A white sheet of paper.
In this, the gameplay teaser that they put out, it looks. I hate to say it, it looks good.
It looks above average.
Like it looks the way I sort of expected Heat 3 to, and then we saw the milk. But this is not bad.
The one interesting thing I saw was the Charlotte Roval, like the way the car was going up the one of the right-handers. The game, like Heat 3 had a really bad habit of like when it comes to elevation changes, the car would just sweep around a lot. And there, it looked like it was like on 3 wheels, so it looked like there might be more like of a body roll feel to the cars.
That's good. I hope they have that stuff in the dirt too, like lifting the inside front wheel up.
That happened to me in the dirt every now and then. The dirt physics weren't terrible, in my opinion, for Heat 3. At least for like an arcade game.
In fact, you can't drive a dirt car on a road course. You can't drive a dirt late model on a dirt road course.
Now with that attitude, you can't.
Man can dream. I want a Pocono dirt Roval, but I can't get everything I want.
I gotta say,
I think Pocono should just be nuked, just outright nuked. Just get rid of it.
It's gone. The entire United States.
Moving away from that.
After
Actually, that's true. I do want to see the doubleheader.
I want to see a double nuke.
After the mess that was the first ever Heat 4 footage, and the second ever Heat 4 footage, and that disaster,
I don't know.
This is okay.
Third time's a charm.
I don't know why they waited until. I don't know why they couldn't put that out first.
Let's piss off our fan base and then show them.
They're lowering expectations. They're like, here's this turd. Oh wait, actually, it's okay. Maybe.
And then we'll slowly show them that we did actually put some effort into this game.
Do you remember that video we were looking at last time? We were counting all the times that Danica appeared.
Yeah.
4 Danicas confirmed in Heat 4. NASCAR Heat 4 Danicas.
Those 2 shots where it showed the entire grid lined up, one it was showing the back part of the field, and then it was showing the front part of the field.
Yeah.
I think they're in Michigan or something.
Auto Club.
I think you're at Auto Club, yeah.
In that shot where it's facing forward towards the front of the field, you see Trevor Baines number 6 and Ryan Newman's Oscar Mayer number 6 in the same frame.
2 number 6.
2 number 6s in the same shot for the official trailer of the game.
Is one of those 6s with the extra dip? Got him.
Get Caleb out of here, bro. Just get him out.
Cut it. Cut him out.
That was no. I actually got the joke.
keep it.
No, I'm offended.
No, I got the joke. It was just so unbelievably funny.
Weirdly, in this trailer, there's a mix of old Camaro taillights and new Camaro taillights. Some of them are old, some of them are new, and I don't.
Yeah, some of them are the 2018s and some of them are the 2019s.
I don't understand how that happened.
Why did they change the taillights? The taillights last year looked great.
Yeah, the current ones
look trash.
They look pretty bad.
All right,
Imagine
boss.
giving a shit about the taillights.
Well, the whole new Camaro looks terrible.
All right, boss. Should you use the 2018 or 2019 cars? Nah, just throw them all in there. Doesn't matter.
2018 or 2019? Yes.
Gonna laugh when
I
there's
actually have a
a
little
car
more
from
hope.
2015 accidentally squeaks in there.
Jeff Gordon's just casually. Oh wait, he is in there. Oh wait.
Brett Moffitt's number 34 from 2015.
Oh yeah, the KFC 34 from 2015.
Oh,
He ran for
what are you doing?
5 races.
Look at how garbage this car
Why are you
looks,
trying to
man.
make me go blind over here,
Dude,
bud?
the new Camaro sucks. Look at this.
The front end on that is abysmal.
Both the front end.
That color, that top color is not doing any justice, but that nose is ungodly. Yeah, that's terrible.
They had such a nice car. Hold on. Look at this.
Well, didn't they announce that?
Well, you can still
the car.
Yeah, 2023.
Look at this. This is gorgeous.
Well, I think that's what.
And then they made it look terrible. And then they're like,
I know.
"Oh, no one's buying this, so we're gonna
That's the
stop
old
making
front
it."
end. They changed the front end.
Yeah, I know. This is the old one.
Well, I think you can still get the ZL1 like that. I think the ZL1 still looks the same, but the other, the lower models don't.
And then they're
Yes,
like, "Well,
yes,
no
they
one's
changed
buying
that.
it." It's like, well,
Yeah.
why did you make it look like garbage then?
This is a good question.
It's bad.
It's like a predator face.
It looks terrible, man. It really does.
The ZL1 is badass. Easy badass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look, this is what. So the top is what they had, and then the bottom one is what they have now. The bottom
They
one is
slightly
what they
changed
used in
it.
Infinity.
That's still bad.
That's better, but yeah, it's still not as good as that.
Yeah.
That red one's still the best. The ZL1,
Yeah, of course.
whatever
Yeah,
that
the
is.
ZL1 is hot.
They just completely messed the front end up.
And the rear. They messed up the rear
I'll be
too.
right back, boys. Gonna go take off the pants and look at his car.
What doofuses?
What part of take your pants off before the show starts do you not understand?
Right.
Now that's a nice
There's
looking
the
Camaro
soundbite
right there.
No.
Imagine
That was
imagine
spoiler and
taking your
everything?
car, ruining it, and then complaining that no one buys it and then canceling it.
I know that feel.
NASCAR in a nutshell.
That's pretty good.
Let's take our sport, ruin it, and then complain that no one's watching.
NASCAR, is that you?
You know what? On the opposite side of that, F1 is on an upturn, dude. They sold out Silverstone. They're just straight up finding new fans, and it is picking up.
They had a Mercedes 1-2, and the race was still good.
Yeah, that too.
How'd they do it? They had 2 good races in a row. This is unprecedented. I don't think this has ever been done before.
What's coming up
two
next?
races I haven't seen too.
What?
Rusty, quit watching. You're screwing us.
Germany's
You
next,
really are.
right? See if Sebastian biffs it again.
Yeah, I was watching them on DVR.
28th
What
at
year is it?
Hockenheim.
Mm-hmm.
I miss the Nürburgring F1 races. Those were cool.
I think they should go around the big Nürburgring.
Yeah, let them just.
I wonder, can they? That should be the next challenge. Can your F1 car make it around one lap of the Nürburgring without blowing the suspension off?
Yeah, there's that one jump like later on in the lap.
Just takes off, flies to space.
Dude, those 2 bank corners would probably rip your suspension off.
Yeah, but you can go around the outside of that.
The carousels.
What a pussy! Who's doing that?
Someone who wants suspension.
Imagine being a baby and needing your suspension to get around the river. You could just walk.
That would
Just push the car.
that would take a while. That's total bucket list though. I want to drive the Nürburgring at some point in my life.
How long is that track? Like 11 miles? Something
I
like
want
that?
to get. I
No,
want
it's
to get
like-
killed.
Actually, no, I think you might be right. Let me check.
I want to. Oh wait, didn't the car like fly over the fence one time and
Yeah.
actually it killed a spectator?
That was like 2015.
That's bad times, man.
Yeah,
Now I gotta look this up.
13 miles.
Dude, I always get airborne in that jump in Gran Turismo 5.
Oh yeah, there's a little yump there.
Gran Turismo.
Like the same one that the car flew over the fence, after getting airborne off of.
I think wasn't that the Gran Turismo guy that did it? That went
I
over the
think
fence.
so.
Wasn't it Jan Martinborough?
You know
What year
better
did the
than I
fan
would.
die?
2015.
An F1 car actually did do the Nordschleife.
An F1 car did do Nordschleife.
Yeah, Nick Heifeld, right?
Yeah, about a 7-minute lap.
I could beat it.
It killed one person and injured several others. 2015.
I could beat that too.
Jesus.
Imagine like you're racing and then your spotter is like, "That's your best lap, 6 minutes 52 seconds."
Dude, that's my worst nightmare is just a car getting airborne and just starting cartwheeling and going clear over a fence.
You know they sell
You've seen
specific
it
insurance for
happen.
Nordschleife?
That's,
Yeah,
that's Final
luckily
Destination for you.
They
Luckily, it
sell
didn't.
specific.
And that badly.
Say that again, Trace.
They sell specific insurance for the Nürburgring.
Yeah. For when you,
So what if you-
drive on it.
If you
Like,
get eviscerated while you're there.
Yep.
Dude, it's happened.
when
I've
you
seen
go-
like people going in Porsches and some idiot in a Jetta like loses it beside them and just crashes you. That's bad.
Nice. That's me and Knuckles. Whenever I race around Ben, I just wrecked the poor guy.
Or Trace.
Or Trace. That's a good point too. I haven't touched Trace in a couple races. I don't
shit.
think.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, this is the one. Yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's watch this.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is on YouTube.
Oh. Why
Hey,
is this
this
not
should
on
be
live?
on live leak, yeah.
God damn it! I was gonna say that.
Dude, what a crazy combination
That
of
is
things.
He gets a blowover.
And then he like launches off the end of the tire wall to bounce off the hill over the fence into the people.
That's like the Mercedes like CLK style
Yeah, exactly.
crash right
All
there.
right, can we roll back into the podcast so we can finish it before we all go
Yes,
crazy?
I'm freaking tired.
What else do we have to discuss this week?
Nothing. There's nothing to discuss. Good night. We're going home.
Good. You might be all right.
I mean,
Going home.
okay.
I'm
Summary.
about enough.
NASCAR was great. F1 was great. I went to Toronto. It was great. Cody went to Slinger. It was great. And IndyCar was kind of just okay. Good week, everyone.
That sounds good with me. Everybody, let's pack it up.
Let's put the pants back
go,
on
patch it
and
up.
call it a night.
I don't.
My pants aren't ever going back on.
No,
I'm gonna watch this wreck and.
well, they gotta come off at some point before the next
Well, here's
podcast.
the thing: is they can't come off if they're never on.
Yeah, and you have to take them off before the podcast. So,
God, I hate you all.
sorry, I hate to do this to you, but you know, rules are rules.
It's just the shrimp code.
Thank you so much yet again for listening to the Outlap, this episode 0.3. I know I say this every week, but I promise we're gonna get to episode 1. We are close. It's happening. I want to get this stuff onto as many podcasting platforms as possible, but I need your support. I just want to reach as many people as possible with this show. And you know, YouTube's nice. I like podcasts on YouTube, but really I want people to be listening to this, you know, on the train to work, while they're doing a workout. I don't care, wherever, you know. This is mainly an audio podcast. Yeah, we have a few visual things, but hopefully within the next couple of weeks, you'll be able to get the Outlap wherever you want in terms of podcasting apps. So just, you know, stay tuned for that. As usual, I appreciate all of your support. Leave likes, dislikes, comments, just honest feedback, honest reviews. We're trying to make this show great. I think we're getting there. We're working on it. So, yeah, thanks for listening to this slightly late episode of the Outlap, and definitely tune in next week for episode 0.4. Should be a good time. I'm glad we're getting into the swing of things here. Good job. Go team. This episode is not actually sponsored by Rich Energy, and we were just making a joke.